It is nothing short of a crisis. Medical debt is overwhelming families across the U.S., including right here in Colorado.
66% of all bankruptcies were tied to medical issues. This is according to a recent study. And here at Denver 7, we are making a commitment to expose the flaws in our healthcare system.
And we are taking it a step further with a new Contact 7 Gives partnership that will literally pay down some of that debt. And Liz Gilardi is here to show us how it works and how you can help.
Buena Vista firefighter David McGill is always running to help others, but when he had a medical emergency, others were running to save him.
He's a volunteer firefighter and he does the wildland firefighting.
His wife, Jackie, says it was the longest car ride of her life. She drove from the hospital in Salida to UC Health University of Colorado Hospital in Aurora.
I'm glad that I didn't know that it was what it was when I was driving down, because I don't think I could have made the 2.5-hour drive down if I had known that it was his heart.
What they first thought was food poisoning turned out to be a major heart problem. David's aorta ruptured, the main artery that carries blood from the heart to the rest of the body. He survived an 11-hour surgery.
And he saved my husband.
His wife, Jackie, is thankful for the team that operated on her husband, but he's still in a coma. She's still in the hospital by his side now for 3 weeks. As she worries about her husband, she can't help but think about the bills that will soon pile up. David didn't have insurance.
We have no idea what anything's going to cost, and I'm horrified to even know the numbers.
She was so concerned about the expense, she questioned the doctor's decision to use a medevac helicopter, not knowing at the time just how serious it was.
How much did that cost? And it was stupid because I don't, there was more important things to think about.
We know their family is not alone. Some experts estimate that Americans owe about $1 trillion in medical debt. And even with insurance, 1 in 5 working age Americans have experienced problems paying medical bills within the past year.
The perception among most Americans is that you owe what you owe.
But we found that's not always the case when it comes to medical debt. Enter an organization called RIP Medical Debt. The nonprofit is erasing debt for pennies on the dollar. Scott Patton explains why the hundreds, even thousands of dollars you owe could be worth a fraction of that amount. So what does RIP Medical Debt do? They buy that debt, but instead of collecting it,
once we buy it, we bury it forever.
We couldn't believe it either and wanted to know if there was a way to help Coloradans struggling with medical debt. Convinced RIP Medical Debt could be a savior to many here in Colorado, Denver 7 decided to donate $15,000 to RIP's efforts. Here's the shocking part.
This wonderful opportunity to partner with Denver 7 has allowed us to use a $15,000 donation in this case to abolish a minimum of $1.5 million of medical debt.
How can that be? Our $15,000 donation equates to a minimum of $1.5 million in debt. Remember how we told you medical debt was cheap? Turns out it's a bargain. Medical debt is often bundled and sold to different debt collectors. This can happen multiple times, and every time it happens, the value decreases. RIP Medical Debt was founded by former debt collection executives. They know the marketplace and can buy that debt. By the time they step in, every dollar donated can abolish $100 in medical debt.
That's actually the price of our debt that is being bought and sold in the secondary debt market.
In Colorado, the debt we bought will soon be wiped clean.
So we just abolish it, and we see to it that credit scores are adjusted.
Yellow envelopes like this are going out in the mail very soon. If you get one, open it. It means some or all of your debt has been erased.
Definitely don't throw it away. There's something of value there in it.
Because of HIPAA and privacy concerns, we have no idea who will receive one of these envelopes, and we have no control over whose debt is being paid off.
People will open our letter frequently and ask themselves, is this for real? How can this be?
That debt is simply part of the bundle covered by our Denver 7 donation.
I don't think that we are accustomed in this day and age to extraordinary acts of generosity. like this.
An idea to provide some relief, born out of the medical debt crisis.
I hope you'll open it up and possibly reach out to Denver 7 to tell your story if you'd like to.
Well, we're on our way to abolishing at least $1.5 million in medical debt. We don't want to forget about David McGill and his family. As they wait for him to recover, we don't want them waiting around for the bills. We set up a Contact 7 Gives account to help with those bills and other expenses, so Jackie can focus on her husband, not how much his treatment is going to cost.
Try not to think about it. I have enough. My cup is only so large, and it's overflowing.
And we thank Jackie for sharing her story. RIP Medical Debt will be working to buy the $1.5 million worth of debt in Colorado this week. And they use a formula that's based on the poverty level when buying that debt. Again, we have absolutely no role in deciding what debt is purchased and who it will help. And by the end of the month, those yellow envelopes will go out with letters informing people, possibly you, that debt has been forgiven. And in that letter, we ask recipients to contact Denver 7, share those stories.
Right.
We have no doubt it's going to make a big impact.
And this is the real deal. That yellow envelope is
It
for
is.
real.
Well, and I think people nowadays, you're wondering if it's a scam. How can this be? And that's
It's
why
real.
it's real. Open it. Call us if you have any questions. And you can also reach out to RIP.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's
Thank you.
great.
Good stuff.
Make us proud. Thank you.